It's great to see you again. So just to remind you, I think I've met everyone here, but just to remind you, my name's Allie. I'm a behavior analyst and I'm working to support our friend Bobby. I just wanted to meet with you guys to talk about Bobby's new behavior intervention plan. So as we know, Bobby's 21. He's been living in the group home for about 8 months now, and more recently he started engaging in the behavior of choking. So choking other individuals in the group home and choking staff. So this behavior has become pretty aggressive and poses a fairly serious risk to other individuals in the group home, which is why we're targeting it now for intervention. We want to try and reduce this behavior as quickly as possible. So based on the data you've collected, the observations we've done, and the FBA we've conducted over the past few weeks, we've determined that the function of Bobby's choking was to gain attention from other individuals. So based on this information and the fact that previous interventions we've tried have been unsuccessful in reducing the behavior, this current intervention is going to be using a confinement timeout in the use of in the timeout room at the group home in order to reduce and hopefully eliminate this behavior. So the method that I'm going to be using to train you on this intervention and some of the procedures within the intervention have all been drawn from an article by Iwata, Rolliter, and Dozier from 2009, which was called The Evaluation of Timeout Programs Through Phased Withdrawal. So first I'm going to begin with describing the intervention and the steps within the procedure to you. Then I'm going to model the intervention for you and how we are going to implement it correctly. And then you guys will have the opportunity to practice with each other and role play with me, and I'll observe and provide you with any feedback. Positive feedback. If you make any mistakes, I'll correct them, and if you have any questions or concerns, I'll address those along the way. So, do we have any questions or anything so far? No? Okay. Well, feel free to ask if you do come up with any. So first I would love for you to just take a look at the training plan I have for you guys here, and right down here are all the steps within the procedure. So these are kind of what I'm going to talk to you about right now, and then we'll practice them a little bit later. So the first step in the procedure is identifying the choking behavior. We want to identify that within 5 seconds of it beginning. This is really important. So once we've identified that Bobby is engaging in the choking behavior of another individual, we want to release the grasp. We're going to use the CPI techniques that we talked about previously that you've received training on to release the grasp as quickly and as safely as possible. Then we're going to use our 2-person escort, which you guys have all had previous training on, to escort Bobby to the timeout room, again, as quickly and safely as possible. And while we're doing this, it's very important for everybody to maintain a neutral demeanor because Bobby is looking for a very strong reaction, a lot of attention. We want to kind of keep us as neutral as possible, meaning I don't want you to look angry or frustrated. I don't want you to be smiling, just very calm demeanor. And once we escort Bobby, then we're going to escort Bobby to the timeout room. We're going to inform him that he's in timeout for 5 minutes. And then he has to have 1 minute of calm. And again, while you do this, I want you to give as little attention as possible, meaning I don't want you to look at him, and I want you to have that neutral demeanor we talked about. So once he's into timeout, we're going to start the timer. We're going to close the door once he's in the timeout room. Make sure nothing's in the timeout room. It's just the padded room with the window and the door. Start the timer. Once 5 minutes is up, I want you to stop the timer and restart it. For 1 minute. This is our behavior contingency, meaning that Bobby needs to be calm for 1 whole minute before he's released from the timeout room. If he's calm for 1 whole minute after the 5 minutes, then he's released right away. If Bobby starts to engage in aggression, hitting the walls or anything like that, we're going to start the timer over. We're going to continue to do this until Bobby is calm for 1 full minute. Once he's calm for the 1 full minute, we're going to release him from the timeout room, again with a very neutral demeanor. We're not going to say anything, and we're just going to carry on with our session. And then at that point, I would like for you to fill in this data sheet that I've also provided for you guys here. It's very simple, just the date and your initial, the time that he went into timeout, the time that he came out, and the total duration of timeout. That way, we can just track how frequently the behavior is occurring and how long he is spending in timeout, and hopefully we can reduce that. So now I'm going to model for you guys, and then you'll have the opportunity to practice with each other, and then I'll provide you with some feedback. So if you don't have any questions at this point, then we can go get that started. All right? Awesome.